As we come closer to our nation's 250th anniversary, you're going to see a lot of maybe commercials or debates or even votes. And I'm seeing this particularly on meta platforms. People who don't know really much of anything about transgender people, or want to know for that matter, and frankly we don't care if you know or not. It's really none of your business unless you're one of us or happen to be involved with one of us. We're not interfering in your lives, and yet you feel you have some authority to interfere in ours, and that's bullshit. You know, as we get closer to July 4th, people are having debates on whether or not gender affirming care, which many of you don't seem to understand what the hell that means. I mean, you want to vote to take it away from us. You're asking each other and not inviting not a single one of us to even have a say in this. Who gave you the fucking right to do so? You don't. What you're doing is outrageous, and you wouldn't like it if we did it to you. So seriously, stay the fuck out of our business, you know? And until this country pulls its head out of its ass and stops fucking with our people, you don't get to say America stands for freedom. So long as people like you keep voting or even debating my rights as an American citizen to take them away. One vote at a time, one bathroom bill at a time, one transgender ban at a time, one travel ban at a time. Little by little, you're making our lives difficult because you want to eradicate us like we're some infestation. We've been here this whole fucking time. We've always been here, and we have always existed. In fact, you can find someone like us in every part of this world and every part of history. And too bad if you don't like it. We don't care if you don't like it or not. You know, it's not up to you, you know? And nor is it up to any group of men who feel so threatened by the idea that one of you could be one of me. No, the fact of the matter is, we were never one of you. That's the problem. You keep trying to say we were one of you, but let me have one, particularly people who hate pronouns. You know, Alan Cumming and this show in England, you know, they're playing called Tiptoe. He really pointed out that this whole pronoun thing started with you because you couldn't decide whether we were boys or girls, and you had to need to know. You guys created all that, not us. You know, and to quote that show, you know, and just because we played along, we did everything you asked us to do, and yet you still came after us. And then, you know, now you have the nerve to say, how dare you change? Well, you know, we have the technology, and we also have the right. And you don't get to take that right, because our rights are human rights. Not just American rights, not just civil rights, but they're human rights. And you have no business even debating whether or not we have a right to basic medical care or housing or any of these things. You know, we are not criminals. However, we do know someone who is. And you know what? It just happens to be the very same person who's convinced you that somehow we're your enemy. And I don't know where, you know, I don't know about you, but chances are I wouldn't take advice or listen to someone who's been convicted 34 felonies for fraud. But yet, there you are. And, you know, some carnival barkers, you know, they make money off stirring hatred, you know, and this guy's making a fortune. You know why this country is now insolvent now 4 months? And because he's got you focused on people like me. And again, we didn't cause the problem. We're not responsible for gas prices or the price of eggs or anything else going wrong in your life. That's not us. But you guys are sure taking everything out on us. And it ain't right, you know. Just want to be happy. We just want to, you know, live our lives as we always have. You know, hey, especially you fucking potty police people. I've been using women's room since 1995. I've never had a problem, and now this year I have to look over my goddamn shoulder, you know, which is ridiculous. You know, trust me. You people have no fucking rights. to fucking interfere in our lives. You know, it's ridiculous. What are you gonna do? You're gonna start picking on left-handed people, lesbians, or you're going to go after people who vote libertarian or smoke pot? Who's next? You know, there's an old German poem about that, and I'm not gonna quote it this time because I've said it too many times. You still won't listen. Yeah, but you keep turning your head the other way and looking about and saying, well, it's not me, it doesn't bother me. You know, oh, they're just 1% of the population. Who gives a damn about them? Yeah, until it's you. And trust me, fascists, they never stop. They keep coming until someone stops them. And believe me, that man will die. In fact, he's dying now. And the sooner it happens, just maybe a few more of us might live, because his words has motivated just enough fucking cis men out there that they've been literally killing one trans girl a week. And a few mass have also lost their lives to stupid, unjustified hatred caused by the same fucking people who have bullied us our whole fucking lives. You know? You'd think after you graduated high school you'd fucking grow up, but no, you didn't. You were born children, you grew up to be children, and one day you shall die as children. And that's because you won't fucking allow people to just be happy. You won't allow it. You have this need to want to control everybody or tell everybody what to do. That's the sickness. That's your mental illness. Your obsession with us, that's your mental illness. That's not ours. We don't have mental illness. We know who we are. You can find us in nature. You can find us all around the world. You know? But yet, of all the fucking places, we're somehow now the subject of debate. You've got no right to debate us. You know? It's stupid. It's absurd. Not only is it offensive, but it's hurtful. You know? And if you're saying, wow, good, I want you to hurt. Why? Have you ever asked yourself why? Why do you want me to hurt? What have I done to you? Have I slept with your sister, or did I bite too hard on your daddy? What happened? No, none of those things happen because I don't do shit like that. And I tell you, you know, particularly trans women, we're like probably the most harmless people you're ever going to meet. That it's just sad that you feel so entitled, so emboldened to stare at us, to try to verbally taunt us. Like, what's that supposed to accomplish? We're not going to stop being us. We're not going to run back to no closet. You might intimidate some young cross-dresser who decide to take that next step because he realized, oh, I'm more than just a cross-dresser. I'm actually trans, and you know, I just finally got the information. And you might intimidate somebody young who's isolated, alone, easy to pick on. But some of us have been around a little longer. We know your game, and we know how evil it is. But the rest of you who are playing along, you are just as complicit. Yeah, that's sad. So, I'll remind you again, you don't get to say America's about freedom as long as you feel entitled or emboldened to take away other Americans' freedom away. This has been Abe Death Darling. Good night.